Hey, it's Rob, as if you didn't know. I know the question that's on your mind. I know what you're asking yourself. You're saying, Rob, dude, your camo patterns don't even match. What kind of operator are you? That's a good question, but it's not an important question, so we're going to skip that for right now. What we are going to talk about is a couple of little housekeeping items, and then I'm going to mention something. I can't even believe I'm going to mention it, but everybody's doing it, and I'm the only one getting left out. I want to be in with the crowd. You know me, I like to follow the crowd, do what everybody else does. I don't like to be different or anything. I'm going to mention the coronavirus. I didn't bring my limes. Oh, I had a sack of limes I got at the store I was going to bring to go along with the coronavirus. So that'll give you some clue about where that's going. But first of all, I was going to mention, as some of you probably noticed, I've been putting out a couple more videos lately. I'm kind of starting to, well, I suppose the term is I'm starting to heal up a little bit and kind of getting back into more of a normal swing of life, whatever that is. And so I'm going to be doing some videos. Some of the videos that I'm fixing to put out are going to be kind of old. Like the next one after this one is going to be another part of that South Texas bug out exercise that Wes and I did together. That was April of last year, so that's how far behind that is. I had intended for some of those videos to come out later. I was wanting to make sure Wes got his out since it was his idea. And so I was wanting to let him kind of get his put out there before I put mine out so I didn't get ahead of him on anything. But I think we're okay with that now. But there'll be a couple of those. That's part of why they're so late. Y'all know why a lot of stuff is late right now. There's some comments that I was getting caught up on today. I found comments, a couple of videos that I just never responded to. Some of the memory videos of the girls that were just a little too tough to think about at the time, so I've just kind of ignored those and skipped those. But mostly I commented, I replied to the comments or commented on the replies. I don't know how that works. I found a whole big long list of them in my YouTube studio, and I mean, it was just bunches and bunches of them. So I wanted to get those taken care of so everybody knows for sure that I saw the nice things that everybody said, and everybody knows I appreciate it. I think you know that anyway, but I want to make sure of that. Getting back to normal has been kind of a slow process, obviously. And it's kind of hard sometimes, too, because I'm out here in my shop / YouTube studio doing things. But as I'm cleaning up and going through stuff, I get torpedoed every once in a while by sometimes just the dumbest things. Like a couple of little handmade Father's Day present wrappers that have little drawings and stickers and stuff on them that, were special to me. That's why I kept them from when the girls were probably 4 and 6, somewhere along in that neighborhood. I couldn't even tell you for sure. I've got stacks of stuff like that. It was all special to me. So I come across something like that and bam, there I am for a little bit. Kind of knocks me out. Or something I didn't even realize I had. One of my girls, maybe Ella, I don't know, gave it to me. It is, I don't know if you can see it or not. Hold it up here close. That's funny now with the camera putting everything backwards, I can read it just right. But it says AIM, A-I-M. A-I-M stands for Adventures in Missions. It's just a little tattoo, so it'll be backwards the way you're seeing it. But it's just a little, one of those like old-fashioned tattoos that you get wet and stick on yourself. And that one crumpled me up. When I came across that and saw that, I was just pretty much done for about an hour with whatever it was I was in the middle of at the time. Ella, the backstory on that, the day after the accident, she was supposed to start in that AIM program. All her stuff was packed up in Happy Hair's car and going to go to the dorm the next morning at 8 o'clock. And so that's, just that kind of stuff. So I know y'all understand, but I am trying to get back and going good. And not that anybody has thought life was over because I hadn't put out very many videos. I'm not trying to say that at all. But I'm going to get some stuff going. And mostly, just so you know why some of the stuff is going to come out and be like, holy cow, it was a long time ago. How come he took so long to put that out? Well, that's why. That is. I had a couple of notes written down. I wrote them I'm a professional, so I write, lists and things like that on the backs of envelopes. This happens to be a Social Security envelope I got today. Social Security sent me a statement making sure I know that if I decide to retire at 62, I get a whopping $800 a month. If I wait till 66 and 10 months, 66 and 10 months, how do they figure that? Basically, if I wait till 63, then it goes up to $1,100. I'll be rolling in the money. Y'all can come see me if you need to borrow a little bit. Good grief. Anyway, so that's that. Old Tom had talked about that. Oh, I was going to mention, I have an Instagram account, because I'm young and hip and all that, and that's what the young hipsters do. But if you have an Instagram account, let me know what it is, because I'd love to follow you and see the pictures that you put out on Instagram. I'm constantly finding somebody in our YouTube community, our group, if you want to call it that has an Instagram that I didn't know about, and I find it and I think, oh, how cool that that's there. Now I'm going to do something kind of paranoid. I'm going to look at my phone right quick. So I'm going to stick my face in there and make sure it's actually going. Okay, it is. Good. I never can tell for sure. I'm still not used to using this phone here as a camera. Anyway, if you got an Instagram account, send it to me. More bits come got that. And yeah, I was just going to say thank you for everybody that's been keeping up with me, and the people that occasionally ask how I'm doing, that kind of stuff. Whether it's a text message or an email or a comment on one of the videos, I appreciate that. Now, on to more serious things. I just finished watching one of Wes's videos. Wes S. I know y'all know who he is. He did a video on the coronavirus, which surprised me, because he doesn't always jump in on stuff like that. And he's pretty much like me. He's like, yes, coronavirus this year. Last year it was hantavirus. The year before that it was the chicken flu or the bird flu, whatever it was. I don't know. He didn't get too worked up about stuff like that. I pretty much don't either. Now, oddly enough, earlier today or yesterday, maybe yesterday, I don't remember, a dude, Midwest prepper, a lot of y'all probably know who he is. He puts out some really salient, good, logical stuff sometimes, and he did one on that, talking about some of the effects of it that wouldn't be what you thought about, so that's worth going and seeing. But Wes talked about 2 or 3 things that really caught my attention. Number one is, if you're going out in public, he mentioned truck stop bathrooms. Yeah, I'm not even going to make that joke. That was a good point, all jokes aside. Truck stop bathrooms, public bathrooms, all that kind of thing is a good point. That's where there's going to be lots of people spreading lots of germs, most of the people not thinking about it. And he mentioned doing 2 or 3 things. Go watch his video. You'll get the whole story. But the short story is, yeah, don't be afraid to wear a mask. Get one of these N95 masks here. N95, is that right? M95, I don't know. Yeah, N95. See there? I was right. A dust mask. And it doesn't even have to be a great dust mask, really. Any kind of a particulate mask. I don't remember the micron size for this virus. But the point is, the virus ain't just going to be floating around, little germs floating around in the air flying through, hoping to land on somebody. They're stuck to things. They're stuck to particles of moisture, particles of dust, stuff like that. And even the most basic dust mask will catch all that. Now, as Wes mentioned, as Hoople's cat mentioned, one of the things that you do when you take these off, you peel it off in such a way that you can get rid of it and throw it in the trash. Now, I'm not covered up with these things, so a trick you can do, and Wes mentioned this too, is when you pull it off, hit it with a shot of Lysol spray. Now, Happy Hair loves Lysol spray. She loves it. She just adores it. Or maybe she doesn't adore it. Maybe she hates the stuff. But I love her, and so to help her out, I spray this in her general direction anytime I get a chance. It'll keep her healthy. She'll thank me later. She'll thank me when she's collecting that whopping $800 Social Security after I kick the bucket. Maybe that's what she'll do. But you don't have to throw these away every time. You can give them a quick shot of that, fan it in the air a little bit, and when you're ready to put it, hey, I got a cut on my fingers. That felt good. When you get ready to put it on again, it'll pretty much be disinfected. Now, is that optimal? No. Optimal would be if you had a big pile of about 400 of these things that you can change it out every time somebody in your neighborhood sneezes. I don't have a big pile of 400 of them. I've got 4 or 5. I wear these things until they're about worn out, and I wear them in some pretty nasty environments. And I can tell you, even when they look disgusting on the outside and you think they're not doing any good, they're still doing good. They're still catching the particulates. The trick is to kill the germs. If you don't have a dust mask, You can get you one of these N95 non-camo matching bandanas and put that over your face. These things stop a lot. I promise. I've used them a bunch. They're not great. You know, there's better ways. I think my battery's trying to die. Can you believe it? Got a big old thing right in the middle of my face there. If y'all are lucky, you can see it. But you can do that. Or, I got to get this thing out of the way. Yes, I know my battery's low. Go away. Go away. The point is, oh, and take a can of Lysol with you wherever you go. Wes mentioned that. Carry a can of Lysol in the bathroom. If you go in a public bathroom, go in there, give it a quick shot. It'll be amazing the thing you can do. I want to mention something else before my battery dies. I've worked in grocery stores when I was a kid. I do work in grocery stores now as an electrician. I go in and take care of things. And I don't know a grocery store in the world, especially with a coronavirus or some other big plague going around, that would begrudge you taking a can of Lysol off of their shelf, carrying it to the bathroom with you, and setting it in there for you to use or anybody else that comes in to use. A lot of times stores do that on their own, especially grocery stores. Convenience stores probably wouldn't care either. I don't know. You know, as long as you're not walking out the front door with it, but you can take it in there, set it up, and tell them you're doing it so they don't get sued. Everybody's afraid of being sued. Anyway, that's my take on the coronavirus. I'm sure, oh man, I wish I'd brought the limes. Oh well. The joke with the limes too was going to be only a half of the joke. Limes are loaded with vitamin C, and I don't know if you've ever tried it, but you squeeze half a lime into a pint glass with some ice cubes and fill it with club soda, and it's really, I like it. I love them. I really do. And they're loaded up with healthy, good stuff, and so don't be afraid to do that. But, you know, take precautions, be careful. You can't isolate yourself from the world. Realize that you're going to be around people who might be sick and they don't know they're sick. Sometimes they don't care if they're sick. And it takes a little while. This one has an incubation period of several days, a couple of weeks probably, I think Wes said. So don't be afraid to be careful. Nothing wrong with that. I just got finished with a big dose of the flu, so I should be safe, right? I've got that kryptonite X-flu covering something. I don't know. Anyway, thank y'all. I appreciate you. You know, when the old videos come out, feel free to chastise me for taking so long getting them out. It's okay with me. I'm just happy to see you. All right, I'm going to turn this off before my battery goes completely dead. Good night.